If you remember from my last video on these new Craftsman tools from Lowe's, I could not open this up to show you how it works because it does not look like it's serviceable. But after looking at this a little more, I think there may be a delicate surgical way we can open this up so we can see how it works. Just kidding, we're gonna tear this thing apart. But first, let's talk a little bit about how I think this ratchet is put together. On my last video, multiple people said, drive out this pin and the ratchet will come apart. I thought of that, of course, but having taken a lot of ratchets apart, I don't think that's how this is put together, and I'll show you why. I grabbed a couple different ratchets here to show you a couple common ratchet designs. This is the classic Craftsman ratchet. This is a USA-made version. This is a Husky branded ratchet. It was made by Apex Tools, so this mechanism is basically the same as the mechanism used in gear wrench ratchets and a whole bunch of other ones. If you remember from my last video, I think the mechanism here in this new Craftsman is actually pretty similar to this Husky. So this pin goes through the direction selector, so imagine it goes through here. And so if you were to drive this out, even if you could while it was assembled, you can see here that's not what holds in the gear. I think that the gear here is held in separately, and I think I know how. My suspicion is that this is held together with a captive snap ring. So the way that would work is there's a groove machined in the body of the ratchet here, and when you insert the gear, you compress the snap ring, put it in, the snap ring pops into that groove, and that's how you can assemble it, but never be able to take it apart. So the way this would be put together at the factory is you'd have the body of the ratchet, you'd install the selector here, put the pawls in, then you'd install the gear with the snap ring, and you're done. Even though I did not think this would work, I decided to see what would happen if I tried to drive out the selector. Well, like I guessed, trying to drive that pin out is not how you disassemble this ratchet. It did not come apart, as you can see, and now it doesn't work. The drive is stuck, and so is the selector. What I think trying to drive that out did is knock the pawls out of place here, so since they're all out of whack, it's just jammed up. It was finally time to do the deed. I took the grinder with a cutoff wheel and went to town on this thing. Well, it's kind of rare this happens, but a guess of mine was actually correct. We have a groove here on the gear, a corresponding groove cut into the body of the ratchet, and there is a piece of the snap ring that fits in there and holds it all together. So like we assumed before, this is not serviceable. It's actually not uncommon to see this type of design. It's how a lot of ratcheting wrenches are held together. Here's one, for example, and you can see there's no obvious way to get it apart because there's a snap ring in there holding in this gear. Here's a close-up look at the gear. We can see the machining marks here on the drive end, and they are pretty fine and they're consistent, so pretty well done. And it's a similar deal on the back side of the gear here where it's been turned. Looking at the teeth, and they are all well formed. I don't see any problems with any of them. So overall, this gear looks good. Here's a shot down into the ratchet body where I cut it off. As we talked about in the last video, this uses a dual pawl mechanism, and here are the two pawls that engage the gear. Let's see if we can pull those out of there with a magnet. Now that we have the pawls out of there, we can see what actually gives it its ratcheting action. These two pins are spring-loaded, and they push up on the bottom of the pawls. These pins actually sit inside the selector here, and this is why you cannot drive the selector out. When I was trying to drive it out when the ratchet was still together, all I was doing was mashing this pin up against the backside of the ratchet body. This dual pawl mechanism is how you get 120 clicks per revolution out of this ratchet. The way this works is the gear has 60 teeth, and only one pawl is engaged at a time. So the way this works is as you're turning it, the pawls are trading off which one is engaged. So 60 teeth on the gear times 2 for the two pawls, that equals 120 clicks per revolution. Here's a close-up look at the pawls, and I'm showing you this because this is how you make a ratchet that's fine-toothed but is still quite strong. On a ratchet, more contact area between the pawl and the gear equals more strength. These teeth are tiny, so if you only had a couple teeth engaged, it would not be that strong because there would not be much contact. So here you have multiple small teeth engaged, and that makes it stronger. I can't show you the Craftsman ratchet working because it's now been destroyed. So here's the Husky again, which works in a very similar way, except we only have a single pawl here. So just like the Craftsman, you have a pawl with a spring underneath it, and when you turn it here, you can see how it ratchets. The only difference would be on the Craftsman, you have the two pawls that alternate. Now that we know more about this ratchet and how it was made, what's my opinion? Well, I feel the same way about this as I do about the entire set. This is not bad. It's pretty well made. This ratchet could be a good choice for a lot of people. But to me, it is not perfect. I like ratchets that are serviceable. I know some people don't care about that, and that's fine. I also think 120 teeth is kind of overkill. It doesn't offer much real-world benefit over something like a 72 or an 80 tooth mechanism. Here, they've added more moving parts to get to 120 clicks, but the ratchet is not serviceable, so if it gets gummed up and stops working, you can't really open it up to clean it. Again, if you want a really fine-tooth ratchet, this is not a bad choice, but if it were up to me, I would design it a little bit differently. So what do you think about this ratchet? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit that like button and that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.